And welcome back to Sports Weekly on IEMG. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. In this segment, we're talking football. Girls flag football. Yes, it was a spring sport here in the San Bernardino Unified School District with all the schools getting involved. And it came down to this, Championship Friday at San Bernardino High School. So let's take you out there. So the way it worked was they had semifinal games between Cajon and Pacific. And then it was Indian Springs and Sierra. And the way it worked was the winner of those semifinal games would meet directly after in the championship game. Here's highlights of Cajon and Pacific going head-to-head. It was 5 weeks of the regular season to earn your spot in the semifinals. Cajon would beat Pacific to advance to one semifinal spot. There was Coach Negretti, Coach E, Coach Nick Rogers, of course, of the Cowboys, all out there as Cajon had an undefeated season going, trying to capitalize with a championship in the end. Chris Chaddick, the Indian Springs girls flag football coach. Of course, he's now the head coach at San Gorgonio for their football team. But Indian Springs also winning in the semifinals to set up a big Cajon versus Indian Springs championship game out there at San Bernardino High School. Here's the final play in the semifinals as Indian Springs gets a great game-saving tackle in the very end. Wow, nice play there. And again, it would set up Cajon versus Indian Springs for the championship for girls flag football. It will be a spring sport again next year here in the city of San Bernardino. Nick Rogers and the Cowboys trying to cap off the undefeated perfect season, and they would do that, beating Indian Springs in the championship game. So congratulations to Cajon, your first girls flag football champion here in the city of San Bernardino. Congrats. And a shout out to former LA Rams star Greg Bell and his Athletes for Life Foundation. They were instrumental in making this happen, this girls flag football spring season here in the city of San Bernardino come together. He also brought his former teammate Ron Brown, who played in the NFL and also won a gold medal at the 1984 Summer Olympics in track and field. Greg Bell says the sport of girls flag football will only continue to grow. Success this year?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, we started with some of the teams were at 6-7 players. Now they're all up around 17, 18. And you can see the enthusiasm that the ladies have. They're having a lot of fun. These girls had a fun time. And you can tell they put a lot into it, the practices, the long hours, and they want to win. So it's great to see that. I can't wait till next year. Oh, it's going to continue to grow. I mean, we've already got it set. We're going to be at the middle school and the elementary level to kind of feeder the program up to the high school. But these ladies are going to really enjoy next year.
Thank you, Mr.
All right, now we go from girls flag football to baseball, and we'll keep it at San Bernardino High School as we hear from head coach Josh Doty and his Cardinals baseball team. San Bernardino had their best season in probably at least 3 decades. They were co-champions in the Mountain Valley League this year, and that was their first league title. We think in at least 30 years. It's been a long, long time since the Cardinals hung a league championship banner. And this, you're looking at some highlights of a big win they had against Jurupa Valley during MVL play. So Coach Doty says, man, it was a fun season, and that bar has been raised at Cardinal City. The standard has been set. He's excited for what the future looks like for San Bernardino High School baseball, while also enjoying what the Cardinals were able to do this season. Here's head coach Josh Doty of the San Bernardino Cardinals baseball team.
Great question. So currently, nobody knows that answer. So if you're out there and you know, please send that in, because at this time right now, we don't. Our athletic director says it's over 30 years. But we need to jump in those archives and find out when is the last time that we've done that, for sure. We had started off a little rough. We started off pregame playing Colton. Colton took it to us. I think we got back to work. We came back, started practicing real hard, and I think we figured it out at practice. This is the team that we have. This is the team that we can be, and then we mixed in a solid 4-man rotation, and it was a super ride. But like I said, it didn't start out that way. There were some rough patches. We had a 30-day with Augie Cowan. So we were kind of waiting for him. Mother Nature helped us out a little bit. This year we got some rain, so that was kind of fun. But in the interim of all that, Augie was still putting in the work. And then at one point, we got him on the playing field. And what a joy it was to have him mixed in along with our other players. Fantastic. You know, I think our outlook on the whole thing was exciting. I mean, we were excited. We were excited for the next play. Our guys haven't necessarily been around the sport. We're not a big travel ball team. So I think for them to be in the moment, that's where they stayed. They stayed in the moment. We didn't think too far ahead. We stayed one game at a time. And I believe our guys just really had a blast playing the game. And to be able to produce runs like they did in the later innings was fantastic. And that's really what led us to kind of maturing in the game, is realizing that we can come back from a deficit. Then we ended up playing Banning. And Banning is a young team on paper, but what a solid group of kids they have. And we were able to hang in 2-1. We were up in the fifth, and we just you know, you want to keep up, you want to stay up, but there was that one inning that you can go back to. But what an outstanding season. I mean, overall, our kids look back on that and just with joy. We had a great time, and we have no regrets.
Coach Josh Doty from San Bernardino. What a year for the Cardinals. When we come back here, we're going to check out the Ken Hubbs Awards at Indian Springs High School. That's next here on Sports Weekly on IEMG.